opening choice. Instead, he opted for a Sicilian.
Excellent dragon.
Yeah, and things get even more spicier because it became dragon, like an accelerated dragon. And now Sindarov, if we play through the rest of the moves, has chosen one of the most aggressive responses to the system.
Yeah, so bishop g5, sorry, bishop g7, bishop e3. Yeah, perhaps have to mention one thing though, that after knight c3, it's somewhat, I'd say somewhat easier to go g6 because you don't have to deal with Marossi system. Right, so the knight's already on c3, so that there won't be pretty much there. Like bishop e3, knight f6, like imagine the pawn would be on c4, right, so that'd be the Marozzi point. Yeah, after bishop c4, what are the options?
Well, we should explain why bishop c4 is an aggressive system and what black's big idea in the accelerated dragon is.
Yeah, so why is it an aggressive system? Because white wants to transpose to what was called like Velimirovich attack against the dragon.
Sozin is in knight off, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
bishop
like
c4.
bishop c4 to b3, like, yeah, in many different lines. It's an idea, but it has like different names. Yes, it's like Rauza in some, and then in some it's Sozin, and anyway. So queen to d2, planning to castle long and to go to h4, h5 and checkmate.
But I think these days players who played against Extra Dragon and play bishop c4, they would just opt for the short castle. So after this, okay, the idea of bishop c4 itself is to prevent d5, an immediate d5 by black. So usually after bishop c4, and then you go knight f6, and then you put the bishop back to b3, and then you wait. If d6 happens, you have two options. You play h3 or f3, preventing knight g4.
No, I think it will be
like
real dragon.
Real dragon, yeah. So queen d2 and then long castle. Okay, yeah. If
a5.
Yeah, this is the, how do you kind of describe it, the anti-dragon. you know, you could play these d6s and get into the main lines, but no, these are kind of tricky systems.
Right, I'm trying to recall. I think here you could, if I'm not mistaken, queen a5 forces white to castle short. I think. Could this be right? Queen a5 kind of forces white to castle short, and there've been such games. But yeah, but after castles, bishop b3, e6, f3, queen a5, there is no reason that you cannot play queen d2, castle long, or start with h4, and so on. So that's kind of a real dragon variation. And I remember Hikaru playing the dragon. However, it was quite some time ago, and it wasn't with the game that I remember wasn't with bishop c4. So this dragon where black plays d6, d5. And despite this being like opposite castles and so on, the theory nowadays is such that it's a very positional opening in a way. So no one's interested in getting checkmated, and they play in the center. So yeah, that's quite a development.
Yep, it is, and we will definitely keep our eyes on.
has just played it. And yes, bishop
Bishop
f6.
f6 played.
So first hour of the commentary, we're still spot on. Let's see, 4 hours later. It's like in the SpongeBob, 4 hours later.
We're suggesting all manner of blunders. And okay, well, Hikaru there with a small edge will be able to make more of that. We will find out later on. Can we just quickly pop into our two leaders? Well, actually, Jumabayev, Erigaisi, and Salem. I would like to check out those two games.
So Jumabayev spent quite a lot of time after b3, ended up capturing anyway. Queen b3, knight c6. Aha, so Erigaisi did not take on it. Knight c6, queen d1, rook b8, and knight to b1.
Resetting everything.
Yeah, like the knight apparently was...
Sindarov and Nakamura, that's the final position, opposite color bishops.
Right, so just quickly to update you on what happened, a3 was answered with c3, which is perhaps a clever way of playing this position. So if pawn takes, I guess b3 or even b4 could be a move. b4, attacking the rook, then king gets to c2, right, and who knows, maybe this b pawn will turn dangerous one.
Right, yeah.
So that's why c3, Hikaru goes with rook b8, c takes b5, c takes b4, rook b4, b3, and they've traded all the rooks. Like that, and then like that, f5 takes on b4, king c2, bishop to f4.
Yeah, I think it's also because Hikaru is in no hurry to win the tournament, maybe, or maybe it's a bit too early to say that. But what I'm saying is, draw is a fair result. He's in no pressure, to win the game.